can't even start this without laughing. You saw that the Island Boys, they're back. All right, guys. They were gone for a while, but the Island Boys, they have returned. Desperation is clear. If you've been on the internet for the last couple of years, you have no doubt seen the Island Boys. The Island Boys, unlike boys of yonder past who would storm the beaches of Normandy and become legends of old, they have become, they're fake, they're very fake and weird, and they're twins, and it's very strange, and it's gotten a lot more bizarre than I ever thought I'd ever see it become. You see, I have a past with the Island Boys. I made a video about a year ago, and they didn't like that I made that video, and they got mad at me. It did very well. I think they're the peak of cringe. So who exactly are the Island Boys? They're twins from Florida that are known for their witty banter.
God forbid it happens. I love to say, God forbid it just happens.
Their impeccable taste in clothing. Their singing vocals.
'Cause I'm an island boy, and I've been trying to make. Oh, I'm an island boy.
Which are reminiscent of Bob Marley and Sublime, and just their overall antics, their arc, their amazing arc that has left him in a really strange spot. Kodiak Red, aka Frankie Venega, and Fly Soldier, aka Alex Venega, are the Island Boys. They're a pair of tatted up brothers just trying to stay relevant in this big revolving planetarily intergalactically sphere we call the internet, guys. I'm an island boy, just trying to make it. Shut the fuck up. Nobody gives a fuck. I DM'd that picture to someone. I shouldn't have done that. There's in the background of the video. Anyways, that little ditty I was singing, that is what the Island Boys are best known for. That is their magnum opus, their swan song. The pinnacle of their artistic creation is that. Super viral on Facebook, as you probably can imagine, and they rose to popularity along with it. And if you remember, I made the video about that, mentioned their whimsical behavior. So at the time, I questioned whether or not they were going to have a bright future. I think they have a bright future, guys. What do you think? Do you think they have the Island Boys? Do you think that they will fizzle out within the next 3 months, 6 months, year? 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? Do you think we'll remember them forever? Unfortunately, I think they're going to be around for a really long time. Interestingly enough, they haven't fizzled out. All right, they're still going strong. They even had that awkward moment on Logan Paul's podcast in which they got mad at Logan and they walked off for him giving them financial advice.
Boys, what if it doesn't work out and now you just got this hair and these face tats?
But we had this before. People been saying this before I was a bum. And
how old are you? 20?
20 years old. Before
what?
When I was a bum.
High school? What are you talking about?
And by the way, they didn't learn from Logan or me or anybody out there. They're just as dumb as they were before, guys. Just as dumb as they were before. Normally, a human being, the average IQ for a human being in the country that I live in is 100. And I think that they combined have an IQ of 100. Personally, that's my bet. They are very dumb. They seem very dumb. They've never completed, I've never seen them complete a fucking sentence. I've never seen them even do that, dude. They became popular with their little hit ditty on TikTok and just for being really weird, and they absorbed the standard micro celebrity cliche to start a rap career. Even though they kind of did that, it's very bad, and it's difficult to even understand.
You don't keep it like okay, that's the guava. Remember down like a keep it like I like it. Keep it in your pocket, gotta tow that rocket. Niggas want you dead, yeah, niggas want you grounded.
I would recommend sunscreen, to be honest. A lot of peeling on his skin, not good. It's probably not good. So now, why exactly would I give a shit about these two goobers, and why would I make another video about them? Well, they've doubled down on exactly what they'll do to stay in the public eye. That attempt at music is nothing. It's nothing compared to what they have, what the Island Boys have done. They love flexing that cash, even if it's not theirs. And I think the facade has gotten to a point of desperation. You'll see what I mean. The rumor is the Island Boys are now broke. I don't really care about rumors. I care about what I can see with my own two eyes. And I've seen them for a long time showing off their money, living luxurious lifestyles, all things that are completely dependent upon relevance on the internet. You got to make money. They even had a cameo at one point. I think they still do, but now it costs $200. So their desperation is is clear. The Island Boys have started an OF, and by that I don't mean they have individually each started their own venture. It's called gay baiting, but it's also test baiting, if you know what I mean. I'm not really sure I can even say that and get ads on this video. They do the Alabama thing. They started an OF in Alabama is what they did. So someone who is allegedly their manager came out on the No Jumper podcast and said that they owed him 150 grand and that their cameo money ran out. This is the guy, Poker the Jew.
They did Poker
they're
dirty.
Crazy, yeah.
They did you dirty? How?
Yeah, they owe me about like $150,000.
From what? Your percentage of the cameo money?
Yeah.
Is that the only money they're bringing in?
Mostly, maybe a little bit on TikTok, but I mean, it's pretty much run dry at this point.
Right.
Really interesting internet identity. Pretty cool name. Interesting clip. I'm not a huge fan of the No Jumper podcast. Those guys seem pretty chill though. What a weird name. Poker the Jew. Vladislav the Poker.
Lead me to my dark bidding on the internet. Lead me to my dark bidding on the internet.
Apparently part of the reason that they're broke is because they had a manager who allegedly tried to touch them when they were living in a motel, and in order to not call the cops on him, they made him give him money and sign a contract. And this contract will be important for the story on how we got to the Alabama. And when they blew up, they ghosted this old manager because of the contract, and they started working with Pokey the Jew. Then the old manager tried to find out more information about Pokey the Jew with a private investigator. It's really, 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 really stupid. And Pokey and the Island Boys were being sued.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, but we're getting sued. Like, they try to put my name on that shit.
Right.
So I got them an attorney. They started paying like a lot of monies in attorney's fees, and they started getting upset. Like, bro, like we're tired of paying this shit. I was like, well, you guys f***ed up. You guys did some stupid shit, and they start getting mad at me.
Pokey got him an attorney, and they had to pay a bunch of money in attorney fees. Legal stuff costs a lot of money. So I feel for the Island Boys there. I feel for them, but not in the way they feel each other. Basically, though, these idiots breached a contract, and now they don't have any money because of it, which makes sense. And Pokey has had it with the Island Boys that he quit paying the attorneys, and it's their fault for f***ing up, he said, which I agree completely. They look like absolute idiots. They had a fall off. Big L. They're not millionaires, all right? And everything that they have currently is in thanks to Pokey. Pokey knows the owner of the house that they're in, which has $20,000 a month in f***ing rent. $20,000 a month in rent? How dumb can you be to pay 20 grand? 5 grand is like peak stupidity. So in order to continue this lifestyle that they live and contribute to society in the way that they see fit, they have to pretend at least like they're beloved. So they got to find a way into the spotlight, and that is by creating an Alabama fans, my friends. They have been kissing. The Island Boys have been kissing and like doing, like, this is a very strange photo when you realize it's two brothers. Not even two brothers, two twins, dude. Two twins. They're identical twins, and they've found love. In today's episode of TLC's Alabama, it was right in front of them the whole time. They didn't need money. They didn't need fame. They just needed each other. People on Twitter are very mad at their queer baiting. That is apparently disrespectful. I wouldn't know. I'm not a gay person or a queer person. It seems extremely cringe, to be honest, mainly because of them being brothers. That's the bizarre part for me. Twitter is essentially designed now to push people's OnlyFans, which I have nothing against, by the way. I think if you have the opportunity to do something like that and you're fine with the potential repercussions that are existent in any business venture, then you should definitely do it. I will be doing it very soon. Just kidding. Their stuff started off as solo and really weird stuff, but then it got really weird. It was like this, individual, and then it kind of went like this, if that makes sense, or more like this, right? And like this kind of, if that makes sense. Does that make sense to you guys? The Island Boys right here, like this. It's very bizarre, very, 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 very bizarre. I do not like it at all. And it's really creepy and weird. By the way, trying to include in the video as much as I possibly can without getting a strike, I guess. I don't even know, dude. But the Island Boys are at it again. And there is some really bizarre content that they're making on their Twitters. I wouldn't recommend going and seeing it. I think it's illegal. I think it's actually illegal. And if they weren't in America, there's some countries in which they'd just be publicly executed. And I'm sure throngs of people would be quite excited to see that. Somehow it gets even worse though. Remember Pokey, the manager from earlier that we care a lot about? He claims to have walked in on them really going at it aggressively, I guess you could say. That's a good phrase to use. That's a little bit family friendly. Going at it quite aggressively.
No, like I literally, like I was in the house living with them like, full time. I was like their daddy.
Yeah.
And I was like knocking on the door, and I'm like, yo, open up the door. Like, nah, bro, like you can't open the door. So I opened the door with a credit card. I got in the room and they was in the bathroom, bro. And the door was like, I opened the door, bro, like both their pants are down.
And that statement on top of all the actual video and like evidence, that's bizarre. I really don't know. Why are they doing this though? That's what I want to know. Is it because of them? Are they extremely irrevocably vain? Is that the problem? Do they just need money? Are they desperate? What, like, because they're not going to have careers beyond this. This is the end. This is the end of their careers. This is the end of the line. It's like the ethical dilemma. The one person on the train tracks or the 5 people on the train tracks. It's going to hit 5 people. You have to flip the lever and it'll go kill 1 person, but you're still responsible for the death of 1 person. It's either fail into obscurity or start this kind of OnlyFans. And then also very shortly after fail into obscurity. And no matter how gross and unimaginable this seems to a normal person like me or you, this is very normal for them. It seems like really, really, really fucking weird. So did it work? Kind of. They're sort of, they're sort of coming. I mean, I made a video on them, so it worked a little bit, I guess. I would stick to the cameo though, personally. Also, I saw a TikTok live the other day and it looked like they were both off the perk, to be honest. It was pretty sad. So I'm not really, they have an atrocious reputation at this point. It's the downfall is inevitable, and you can judge that by all the comments on all their stuff. It is inspiring to see children with this condition still being able to enjoy life. That's rough, dude. We staying in the hood with this one. Damn, this shit straight gas without the G. Come on, man. Osama bin Laden, what are you talking about? That's so rude, but true. Pretty much the entire internet has been praying for the downfall of the Island Boys from the very beginning, and now they're getting hate from every side, even one of the most accepting sides, the LGBTQ side, the June side, we'll call it. Like, to get hate from those folk on Twitter, come on, man. Whenever the spotlight goes on someone, more stuff always comes out. Apparently they treat their staff poorly. They flex the money they don't have. They rent pretty much everything that they show off in their videos. That all makes perfect sense. And also treating their staff horribly. Look at them, bro. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I don't think I've ever seen 2 more surface level disrespectful looking people in my fucking life. They're just total fakes, man. And they have a lot of really, really, really shitty tattoos. If we dig deeper past just the surface level OF Alabama stuff, Kodiak Red was also accused by his... Sorry, I almost threw up a little bit. Accused by his girlfriend in early 2022 of domestic abuse, saying that he regularly beat her. I don't know if that's true. That is an allegation. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully she's doing fine. A few months later, he was also accused of battery by hitting the girlfriend of his brother, Alex. So more women beating, which is bad. Don't do that. That's horrible. Makes sense, to be honest. But wait, it's actually not just allegations. A month ago, he got arrested and put in jail for slapping his new girlfriend and then throwing her on the ground and slamming her jaw into the concrete. Throwing her into a pool and slamming her jaw into the concrete. Pretty bad. Went to jail. And the only reason that happened is because she brought up his abuse of the past, which is just, I mean, it makes perfect sense. Dude. And little Frankie just got out of jail recently, which is so funny. He's still posting on OF though. Still posting on OF. And no remorse, by the way. Just in case you're wondering, did he apologize? No remorse whatsoever. He's a hard ass. He's a hard ass who just got out of jail. And he refers to himself in the 3rd person, which I love. Stop playing with red. Okay. I wonder why he's walking so funny. He just got out of jail. In conclusion, I'm nervous for the future. Thank you guys for watching.